Okay, people, what's up? Good morning. So, by my time, it's about 2 something in the morning, and I'm just here sitting by myself in an empty sitting room. And I wanted to discuss something with you guys. So, I had a somewhat deep conversation with a friend of mine a few hours ago, and I was just telling her about some things I had learned recently, right? I just recently added 9 to 5 to the couple of things I do, right? And one thing I noticed was I started losing touch emotionally. Not not in any other crazy way you're thinking, but I saw myself get busier than I would normally be. I saw myself start getting triggered than I would normally be, right? Saw myself becoming more of a loner than I am. And well, I can be yeah, so I saw myself also becoming a little bit, adverse to leaving the house than just stuff like that, right? And I started analyzing why I have been experiencing what I've been experiencing, right? And I got to learn that, oh, I need to feel my emotional jar. I've not been feeling my emotional jar. And this is something that, you know, on the like after a little bit extra study, I realized this is something that might be the culprit for a lot of things you see people do. Like you see people that were once social, they are more withdrawn now. They come back from work, they want to just crawl into bed. Like, and I asked myself, so what are you doing every day to feel your emotional jar? Right? Sometimes it could manifest in that emotional deficiency, could manifest in you always calling family, you always wanted to call friends, you always looking like you are emotionally needy, right? It could come up in, you always usually being sad when you are left with your own thoughts, right? For some people, it cascades into full on depression after a while, right? And thankfully for me, it didn't get to that. But then because I strongly believe in the power of, sitting with yourself and asking yourself questions, questioning your mindsets, questioning your actions, just questioning things, right? And just interrogating who you are, what do you need to tweak, why am I feeling this way, why am I thinking this way, why am I yeah, stuff like that basically. So I think I already mentioned the different ways emotional deficiency can come to play. And now let's talk a little bit about how to fill your emotional jar, right? So for different people is different things. So you need to find out what is filling your emotional jar for you. It could be you hanging out with friends, making a routine of hanging out with friends, maybe over the weekend. So every Friday you could decide to hang out for drinks. It could be you creating experiences for yourself, right? So you might say, okay, in the month of May, in the month of June, or whatever month, let's say I live in Lagos, and oh, I would plan a trip or a weekend trip around in for Abeokuta, or I would go mountain hiking with friends. It could be you just making a ritual of praying with the girls over the weekend. It could be you making a ritual of reading a book, the kind of book you would love to read in your balcony in the evenings, or taking an evening stroll, or jogging, or hosting community, or going to joining your community, maybe in church, or whatever, right? But the point is it manifests in different way. For someone like me, one of the ways I feel my emotional joy is community. And also it would be playing games. I love to play games, board games especially. So it could be Scrabble, it could be chess, it could be me learning a new game how to play tennis, squash, badminton, do you get, right? But the point is making it an intentional effort to feel your emotional jar. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I hope it does. And hopefully I won't get another no, I wanted to say I won't get another episode. We won't get another episode of me staying awake by 2 a.m. and making a video like this. But if it do comes up, if it does come up rather, yeah, sure. But enjoy this while it lasts. Okay, I need to find a way to sleep at this point. But we get the point. So I hope this helps out, and